Hi there. Thanks for tuning in to Make This Happen, where we discuss an idea we've been dying to see come alive. Every week, my friend Alexander Gonzalez and myself, Jay Yee, will bring you a product you never knew you needed. Now, data transfer. We are so close in 2022 to an age where things are super easy and you could just send data and you could just send things to your friends and family. And iPhone has almost got it there with AirDrop. AirDrop is almost there. But the problem with AirDrop, it's in the air. You go in there, there's always some random person who always has AirDrop open so they could just receive whatever you want to send them. Almost there. But that's only for certain things. You could only AirDrop, like photos and files videos that are on the iPhone and stuff like that, video and stuff. And it doesn't work with other phones, right? Or other computers and whatnot. I want... Computer, stop. What I want is for you to be able to go up. It could be another iPhone. It could be an Android. It could be whatever. But let's say I have this script for Make This Happen in my hand, and I'm like, I want to give it to you, Alex. Instead of airdropping it or sharing the notes, what we would do is just tap our phones next to each other, and it just gives it to you. You know what I mean?
Isn't the tap? Haven't we done the tap? I swear the tap is. Was that for sharing business information?
That was for sharing business information. That was for business cards. This is for literally anything. I could have open let's say
payment. If you were to do Zelle or Apple Pay, you tap and then the payment just goes through.
Sure, but it's more for copying data. Let's say I was working on a GarageBand song, a track on my iPhone, and I wanted you to help me with a specific track, but I just getting the whole file over would be a pain in the ass. So we would just tap. You would have the GarageBand app open. I would have it open. Tap our phones. It would copy everything from all the small, minute details. It literally will just copy and paste onto yours.
So Google Drive stuff too, right?
Yes. Google Drive, anything that has data that you input, you could just switch all that over. I don't even use most of these stuff, but I don't know, Excel spreadsheets.
Yeah, anything like that where you can kind of contain it on your phone, tap it over and go from there. And maybe you can even tap it onto your laptop.
So that's what I was saying. Yeah. From now on, most laptops, I don't know if this is a thing yet, but I mean, it can't be that hard just to put a little NFC reader into a laptop from now on,
Or you can even do the tapping from console to console. You buy a new Nintendo Switch, you tap the first Nintendo Switch with the second and start transferring all the save data.
Man, if only it was that easy. But I think
it
could be. And I think Apple and Microsoft can work together to do something like that. But where, let's even say it's two uncompatible things. I have Apple Notes. My Microsoft laptop cannot do that, but I have Microsoft Word. And so I tap it and it's it'll do that thing on Windows when you open a file and it's we don't really know how to open this, but we have a few suggestions. You want to open this in Paint, Word, or whatever, and then you just press
we can paste it as a plain format.
Yeah.
So it would lose all of its abilities, I guess.
Right, but you could also choose to open it on Microsoft Word or whatever, and I think that will work just fine. And that's for some compatible things, but let's say you just had a huge album of photos and you just wanted to quickly transfer that data without connecting your phone physically. You just tap it onto your laptop and it just drains all that from your phone and then puts it right in there. You know what I mean?
Now, what's important about this is it has to feel satisfying to the consumer. So sound and clicks are a must.
Yeah.
With
And
also
I-
a little ping when you're done, like a bing once
and for
it's
the
complete.
really big files, yeah, you could like maybe for the really big files and for any file, really, the initial tap just initiates it. But as long as you're like 5 feet within each other, it just works. Like the data transfer is happening. You know what I mean? Like it from there on. It
Why
has
don't we do it
connection.
if you're doing it like further away, tapping, it makes like a sound almost as if you're throwing a Pokeball. When it makes it. Come on, it's gonna be you can turn these off if you want.
Sure, yeah, like that's like the sound effect when it's done
Correct.
transferring all the data and stuff like that. Yeah, for sure. And you could change all the sound notifications and all that in your settings. You can make it sound whatever you like.
You don't want
But
could you imagine anything you want? So like I transferred you transferred over to me and then when it's complete you hear, "Oh yeah." And I'm like, "Got it, Jay. Thank you." You know.
yeah. But how is this any better than AirDrop? Some people might say. You just don't have to do any of that. You could just open up whatever file you want to share. You press that little share button, and then whatever this thing is called. Whereas AirDrop, you
throw
gotta
it
put
over.
it in. You gotta wait for them to like accept it, and then you gotta like you just gotta. You're skipping an extra step. It's the next evolution of AirDrop.
You just
where
have to add them to your contact list.
I don't even think it's that. Like you just have to press share and call it data transfers. Share wireless data transfer. You tap on someone else's phone and they're like, oh, this guy, the phone will recognize, oh, it's trying to do a wireless data transfer. And then it'll automatically start downloading.
But then that's like a hacker's dream.
That is true. That is true. But like
honestly, at this point, we're making the basis of a new Watch Dogs.
But like, I guess, yeah, you do have to accept if you tap between, but
like you have to open the app and be ready for it.
Yes. But or it's just like, I don't know. Yeah, that's what it would have to be. Like you'd have to be like, or maybe this is an app in itself, and then you open up the app. The other person would open the app, whereas the person trying to do the transfer will start from wherever they're trying to transfer. And then if you have the app open, that's when it's always accepting. Like when you have the app open, it is like you are being like, I'm willing for someone's phone to tap, it'll transfer data. You know what I mean? But if you don't have the app open, you can't do that. And then the app will have like maybe like a 2-factor or like just a regular Face ID type of situation to it. So you can't just open it without signing in,
No, I like it.
Besides that, I mean, there's not much more usage or much more explaining. You just transfer data, like whatever you want. I don't know.
Yeah, whatever that may be, whether that means you're doing documents, PDFs, PowerPoints, music, artwork, audiobooks. If you purchase a license and you want to share it, you can do that. If you want to give somebody a newspaper subscription.
You did an audiobook or a Kindle and you highlighted a bunch of stuff and you're like, it's like an academic type of book and you wanted to give all your highlights to a friend, you like just send that over and then they'll start giving them all the highlights and stuff like that. You know what I mean?
Annotate it. Yeah, for sure.
Yeah. There will be like some things that aren't allowed because like for that Kindle example, it's not like we're going to give you the book. You have to own the book for that to work. But the app will be smart enough to know, it'd be like, oh, this person doesn't have a compatible book. Would you like to purchase it for $14.99?
Yeah, if you bought a copy of a book for a friend, you could then gift it.
Or that, or that. Yeah, definitely.
So you can do that as well. If you haven't opened it or activated the license, you can then gift it over to people. So, I mean, at that point, there could be a viral marketing campaign where like, hey, I'm George R.R. Martin, and I have 375 of my newest book, Storm of Swords, coming out this week. If you find me in New York,
I'll give it.
Say that you swear fealty to the king, and I will grant you your book. Ding,
I could even imagine this if it's that type of situation where celebrities start using it like that. We could just
E3
pull
at
a U2,
conventions.
and George R. R. Martin's like, all right, I finally finished Game of Thrones. It's on your phones right now. Just open this app and it's there. You have it.
Yep.
You know what I mean? But yeah, at conventions, at like I don't know, any business.
Because wouldn't it be cool if you could tap your phone on a booth and then you get that PSN trophy?
Or like PSX, for the first two, they had those really dope trader cards where you went from booth to booth and you collected these trader cards, right? For playing demos and beating high scores or just visiting the booth.
Absolutely.
Make it all digital and then just tap phones, you get the digital card.
And demos. That's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
You wouldn't need codes anymore.
Exactly. But all right. Apple, Microsoft, make this happen. Thanks for listening. If you have any suggestions or products you'd like to see talked about, feel free to write in at apphoundgames@gmail.com. We have a Patreon. If you'd like to join the App Hound family, come find us at patreon.com/weareNotGameDevs. Patrons receive episodes 2 days early, meaning Make This Happen gets to your ears that much sooner. If you enjoyed our show, take a second to give us a review. We're on Apple Podcasts, Spotify, Google Play Store, and more. Catch you guys next Sunday with Alex's idea.
Squishies.
And he's holding up like a memory foam like toy that you could squish. Is that for a dog? Probably not.
Nope.
Dog will rip that apart.
Yep.
It's for a child.
For a child.
Squishies for a child. Those gross toys that collect dirt and kids
if you
play
drop
with for a
them on
week.
the floor, they're done.
Yeah, and they're like, that was fun, and now I forgot about this toy.
And if you leave them alone for a week, you're like, why is it so sticky? It literally, nothing has happened to it.
Just gain sliminess.
All right.